It has just gone 8 o'clock Central African time. Good evening and welcome to the news bulletin at 8, brought to you by Eswatini TV. I'm Sanipo Ngwane. I'm with Zamanzi Manzi. We're coming to you live from the Hospital Hill Studios in Babane for our top stories at 8. Let's take a look. His Royal Highness Prince Banzile says it is important to preserve and promote Siswati language and the Siswati culture. Minister for Agriculture Chablan Mabuza has officially launched the 2023-2024 Payments Input Subsidy and Tractor Hire Services. And the Eswatini Television Authority has signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the Eswatini Investment Promotion Authority. Hello again, and now for the news in detail. His Royal Highness Prince Banzile says it is important to preserve and promote the Siswati language and the Siswati culture. Speaking during the visit of Babugisa Foundation at Hillside High School, His Royal Highness said it is very important to instill preserving the country's cultural heritage, in the young minds of the future generation.
The Babugisi Foundation has been proactive in preserving and promoting Eswatini culture in schools. His Royal Highness Prince Banzile is the patron of the foundation. The foundation visited Hillside School, where the organization met with Form 3 and Form 5 students. As the Kingdom of Eswatini progresses towards becoming a first world country, the foundation has seen it wise that the future generation of the country preserve the country's cultural heritage. Speaking during the event, His Royal Highness Prince Banzile applauded the government of Eswatini for making Siswati a passing subject. The prince said this means development for Eswatini.
Academy lapho khona kutabe kuqeqeshiswa emaswatonke ukuthi babe nelwati lolusetulu ngesiswati nangebuve bethu bekunene kuloko nje sesingancoma nalokunye ukuthi kufuna ukuthi kwanze kwakha netinkondlo bekunene ngoba tinkondlo ipoetry iyatiwa emhlaba wonke ukuthi into lenkulu natona letingoma tesiswati lesihlabelako tisukela etinkondleni ukuthi uma aqala inkondlo ayakhe kugcine sekuvuka kuba ingoma singatsata nje ukuthi kwanze kakhulu lobuve bethu umuntu kufuneka umcwa ukuthi umuntu atati ukuthi uyaphi bekunene lokunye bekunene ukhutsata vele ukuthi kubona lobuve bethu beSwati umuntu akangati khobose nangumntwana simbonile sonke akanabadala kanani uhlala nje nagogo kepha ke uhlabene lo mntwana usho kona ukuthi nabani kude ukuthi awu mina ngijeyana nawe usengakhona uhlabane uhambe uye etivini letinye sibonga nje kakhulu ukuthi babukisi babone ukuthi imhlomelo lemihle ukuthi akuthathwe emaswati bahambe ngaphandle bayobona TV letinye ngoba bekunene ngibona lokhu kuthathwa inyona imbube yomhlaba ukuthi live lemaswati alithuthuke njengoba kusho kona ingoma inana kunengoma kuthiwa uyasho umswazi omnyama ukuthi live alithuthuke kuhle ukuthi siphume siyobona TV letinye sitawubona ukuthi singemaswati sinenhlanhla kangakanani bekunene kuphila ngekuthula nokuba nelisiko la kanjena ngoba tive incumbi emhlabeni selewalahlile masikade.
The principal of the school, Mcebo Mwelase, expressed gratitude to His Royal Highness for the opportunity that the prince has granted to Hillside School.
Asat nethi singathini ukuthi uthathe isikhathi sakho ma resources zakho ude Hillside High School kalabo Tsibeni utawucitsa lilanga lakho nanang Form 3 na Form 5 siyethemba ukuthi kutawuba sibusiso bantwana bami batawuphasa lonyaka ka Form 3 there'll be no failures ka Form 5 ema credits kutawuba inanana.
The students were taught about a lot of things such as the different traditional attires, cultural ceremonies and songs, and also the different national ceremonies celebrated in the country. Most of these topics are part of their syllabus and part of their final examinations. Mpulile Mazia in Manzini.
The Minister for Agriculture, Jabulani Mabuza, has officially launched the 2023-2024 payments for input and tractor hire services. Mabuza says government and farmers will equally share the bill for the subsidized inputs, which are maize, beans and sorghum. Mabuza said this in Babana on Thursday.
This year's payments, inputs and tractor hire will see government contributing 5,000 malangini for maize farmers, 4,600 malangini for beans and 3,000 malangini for sorghum farmers. The Minister for Agriculture, Jabulani Mabuza, says these prices have gone down lately as inputs cost will stand at 11,400 malangini.
Payments for the input subsidy begins on Monday, 7 August 2023, and the deadline is 30 September 2023, or when the budget has been exhausted, whichever comes first. Payments will be done using Momo from MTN or Imali from Eswatini Mobile. Eswatini Bank will also be used as well. For subsidized tractor hire services, government shall contribute 180 emalangeni for a tractor hour, while the farmer will contribute 400 emalangeni. And the deadline is when the budget has been exhausted, where farmers would be expected to then pay the full price of 580 per tractor hour.
Government continues to support farmers in Eswatini as last year, a total of 11,519 farmers benefited from the input subsidy program. Government has established the Hamba Ubuye, which is a commercial financing scheme to assist local farmers among other funds. For Eswatini TV News, Sondomlangeni Tambashabangu, Mbabane.
The Minister of Economic Planning and Development, Dr. Tambo Kine, says government will continue to promulgate and implement laws and developmental programs aimed at uplifting the economic status of all citizens and without discrimination against anyone for the benefit of the country. The Minister was speaking during a commemoration of the World Population Day and launch of the State of the World Population Report for the year 2023. This was held at the Happy Valley Hotel in Eswatini.
On the legislative front, the country has enacted the following, among others: Girls and Women Protection Act, the Maintenance Act, People Trafficking and Prohibition Act, Children's Protection and Welfare Act, as well as the Domestic Violence and Sexual Offences Act. However, much effort is still required to win the fight against gender-based violence. Our population policy is explicit in terms of enabling Eswatini to achieve their fertility intentions without coercion.
The UNFPA Eswatini Head of Office Margaret Twala says the commitment made 30 years ago by world countries, including Eswatini, to achieve a world in which people lived longer and healthier lives has contributed to the population of the world reaching 8 billion. However, she says there was a need to give a voice to women and girls to decide on their reproductive health issues.
Our national data shows that rural women tend to have fewer choices than other groups of women who are more affluent. About 92 births per 1,000 adolescents is found among those that are rural-based. Yet if you come to towns, Mbabane, Manzini, or whichever towns, you find that it's even lower at 62 births.
This year's World Population Day is commemorated under the theme Unleashing the Power of Gender Equality, uplifting the voices of women and girls to unlock our world's infinite possibilities. Reporting for Eswatini TV, Mbongwa Dube in Ezulwini.
The Minister of Finance, Neil Rickenback, has announced the Center for Financial Inclusion Council. Minister Rickenback says the council's responsibility is to provide strategic guidance to the FCI on the implementation of the strategy by playing a supervisory role on the financial inclusion and cluster development project and the development of financial inclusion policy. The minister was speaking in a press briefing held at the ministry's offices on Thursday.
The chairman of the Council of the Center for Financial Inclusion is David Mieni, and his deputy is Dumsani Msibi. The Minister for Finance, Neil Rickenback, says the council has been given a mandate to develop micro businesses from grassroots level.
To approve any major adjustments to the level or structure of staff salaries and wages or other terms and conditions of service of its staff. It's to conduct quarterly meetings to monitor management in the implementation plans and strategies as approved by Council. It's to ensure that the Centre complies with all relevant laws, regulations and codes of business practice that will ensure that effective unit, risk management and compliance systems are in place. It's also to review policies, processes and procedures regularly to ensure effectiveness in internal system controls. It's also to ensure that the Centre communicates with other stakeholders in an open and prompt manner. It's to make recommendations on how government can have more influence and deliver better.
The incoming chairman of the council, David Mieni, assured the minister that they will work hard to deliver on their responsibility.
To ensure that we integrate all the activities and functions to say when it speaks to the underprivileged, how that can then emerge to ensure that people not only have access to financial services, but are empowered to have those services to transform their lives.
Other members of the council are Nomfanelo Gunene, Bukhosi Dlamini, Sonia Paiva, Sitembile Mabuza, Sydney Simelane, and Kate Mamba. For Eswatini TV News, Sondomlangeni, Tamba Shabangu, Babane.
The Ministry of Labour and Social Security says it is experiencing technical challenges with its study loans application system. The ministry, through its Principal Secretary Makosini Mdawe, says it is working around the clock to resolve the challenge. The ministry says it has since postponed the deadline for application submissions from the 7th of August to the 14th of August 2023. The ministry says hand-delivered applications are still unacceptable. Moving right along, government, through its spokesperson Alpheus Nomalo, has disapproved a survey reportedly conducted by Afrobarometer suggesting that Eswatini is going in the wrong direction. Government says the survey is not a true reflection of the feelings of Maswati. Government says this survey was published by News 24, which did not seek a comment to balance the story.
Le Africa Barometer ivama kuwenda ema-reports ngemavela athide. And ema-reports labawendako tiyaye tivame tinhlangano leti international lekufaka ekhatsi bo World Bank bo IMF naletinye kutsi mati considerisha live lelitsite ema-reports lakhishwa ngenhlangano le abangilamanye kulamaningi labawabukayo. Kanzi-ke labayikhiphe ngelive lakangwane siyikhanze singuhulumende kwekuthi iluhlata khaba iluhlata ngekuthi empeleni ungeke ungabade wekuthi i-fiction kakhulu lalaba kureportela lapha. Kwesibili kube ngumcabango nawo longabuyi eMaswatini lobuya nje egroupini lethide nasewubuka le bias nale influence eyi-political thinking lethide. Ngiko-ke singuhulumende sithi le report siyilahla ngefastelo vele ayikhiphi sona sithombe lesendekako lakhana lesingiso. Kwekucala abateka indzaba yokuthi eMaswati akakanetiseki ngesystem etinkundla. That cannot be. Nawubuka inombolo eMaswati labhaliselela ukhetho ngakhona kude live namanje labe bende khona isurvey lenje labakhanze khona sisive siphume ngetinkani up to 89% kuyawubhalisela kuvotela hulumende waso bavota basebenzisa yona le system labasibona eMaswati ayisawagculisi. Kwesibili ke tsatsoethu phela noma iNewsroom 24 yona kutelebonile ngoba ibhale nje le content yale report. Kodwa ke ijournalism phela iyasitshela ukuthi once there is always a two sides to the story. Nabo befanele basithinze bekunene sibanikete side langakithi singihulumende. Kodwa ke nabakakwendi lokho akunankinga ke noko sesibaphendulile. Sabanika lokungamaqiniso nalokungiko.
Eswatini Television Authority has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Eswatini Investment Promotion Authority, AIPA. Speaking during the signing ceremony, Eswatini TV acting CEO Simi Semamba has said the station recognizes that the Eswatini International Trade Fair plays a pivotal role in the development of the country's economy. Mamba says the station is looking to amplify this event through informing the nation.
The Eswatini Television Authority has reaffirmed its commitment in supporting the Eswatini International Trade Fair 2023 through providing the Eswatini Investment Promotion Authority with an opportunity to continuously inform the nation about the trade fair. The acting CEO of Eswatini TV, Simi Semamba, says this will also allow exhibitors to reach more customers.
As a major national mass media platform, Eswatini TV carries the responsibility to support and reinforce events and activities from stakeholders that contribute to the broader social and economic well-being of the nation. In this regard, we have always endeavored to be at the forefront of amplifying events such as the Eswatini International Trade Fair. We do this in line with our mandate as an institution, which is to educate, inform, and entertain the nation. As I conclude, may I invite this year's 2023 trade exhibitors to reach out to our marketing department at ESTVA for information regarding how they can be able to be hosted on Eswatini TV to showcase their products and services.
The Eswatini Investment Promotion Authority's Director for Trade, Bongani Ntshangase, says in order for businesses and investment to thrive in Eswatini, different sectors need to come on board to support the investment drive.
Looking at the current economic situation in the country, and a number of businesses and SMEs will be taking place in that business in Daba, discussing and making different presentations and suggestions to say, how do we get the economy back on track?
The Eswatini Investment Promotion Authority signed Memorandum of Understanding with other media outlets such as the Eswatini Broadcasting and Information Services, the Voice of the Church, the Eswatini Observer, and Women and Children Clinic. The trade fair is scheduled for the 1st to the 10th of September 2023. For Eswatini TV News, Sondomlangeni, Temba Shabangu, Manzini.
A second cohort of student trainees under the UNDP program of training students who graduated in their various courses from different universities has graduated. This graduation marks the end of their induction training and the beginning of their placement for internship. This event was held at Simpa Gwalusen on Thursday.
United Nations Development Programme Deputy President, who was represented by David Omozwafo, says the Eswatini Youth Empowerment Programme reduces youth unemployment and empowers their youth to aspire to grow professionally.
So this is a larger UNDP program to empower young people and to help to reduce unemployment, which is in the heart of government's own agenda, to reduce unemployment and actually to get young people actively engaged in the productive sector.
The Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Trade says this program will assist government reduce the unemployment rates amongst the youth. The ministry's Pindile Dlamini says governments and other companies should create job opportunities and hire young people as they are leaders of tomorrow.
The program itself, it has a benefit to the organization, the employer, be it government or private, because it is giving us an opportunity to impact the job-relevant skills that we may need in the long or short term when we get to a point where we may need to recruit for positions that may be available within our work environment. So all in all, this is a very important program, and we would want to encourage all organizations, including government and public enterprises, to be host organizations under this program so that we may improve the livelihoods.
Nomfanelo Hlophe, one of the graduates, expressed her gratitude to the UNDP and other companies for giving them an opportunity to practice what they have learned in class. Eswatini TV News is Sebenele Mthethwa with Cindy Swazwane and Vomingosi Nzinisa, Matapa.
Eswatini and SADC in a process of reinforcing standards to ensure that micronutrients in processed foods such as maize meal are not lost. Snigetiwe Zwane, the head of nutrition program, has said that this at a meeting with SADC and other organizations on Tuesday at the UN House in Babane.
Head of nutrition programs Snigetiwe Zwane says Eswatini, in collaboration with SADC, millers and SWASA, are coming up with ways of adding macronutrients lost in processing of food such as maize meal, which then makes food lack nutrients.
We are looking into the fortification of our products such as maize meal, flour, wheat products, and even oil, which can be fortified with the micronutrients that are needed for the growth and development of all people, from children to even adults. So that is why today we have this meeting whereby we have SADC representative as well as Food Fortification Initiative who are in the country to try and assist us move towards achieving that food fortification.
SWASA Standard Developer Officer Milgrosa Mondlane says their organization is setting standards which guide millers on how to make sure that in their food processing, food does not lose any needed macronutrients.
As SWASA, we are the national standards body of Eswatini. We are mandated to develop national standards which basically outline processes, steps to ensure that food is produced in a safe and quality manner. So here with the Food Fortification Initiative that is underway in the program, the standards is going to be produced or are produced to guide industry to ensure that as they're processing food, the food still maintains its highest quality and it is safe for the consumers.
Mondlane further advised millers to try and aim for set standards to avoid the deficiency of micronutrients. Reporting is Sebenele Mthethwa with Cindy Swazwane and Vomingosi Nzinisa, Babane.
Well, let's shift gears now into the world of business as we get a sense of how markets fared today in a financial report.
This sports update is proudly brought to you by eBet. Join our family of winners by visiting us today at ebet.co.sz. eBet, born to win.
Now, in the world of sports, we begin our sports roundup with the red card to gender-based violence tournament that has been launched by Mbabane Swallows alongside South African duo clubs, which are Maritzburg United and Tshwane University of Technology, TUT. The tournament will be held on Saturday in Witbank in the Republic of South Africa.
In our sports roundup, we begin with the launch of a Red to GBV football tournament that has been launched by 4 teams, being Mbabane Swallows, Maritzburg United and TUT from the Republic of South Africa and VTM from Botswana. The tournament aims at ensuring that gender-based violence becomes everyone's responsibility. Present on the day were both Ernest Fagutse from TUT and former Orlando Pirates goalkeeper Brighton Mhlongo, who are the program coordinators who encouraged all involved clubs to ensure that the message is clear by also ensuring that the tournament returns even next year.
As TUT Marathon, we started this campaign last year, trying to spread the message of GBV among the students because we were one of the most affected students. And those that are reading newspapers, we had one of the students that was killed in Pretoria because of GBV. We also extended this campaign to Botswana with partnership with VTM. Went to Botswana, we did a very successful campaign. And we've been engaging with Mbabane Swallows in terms of this campaign. And today, in fact, it feels like it's a dream. I'm still feeling goosebumps.
Sometimes we need to understand the role that we need to play, which is making sure that we need to understand that our voice carries a whole lot of weight. So when we stand up for something, we might eventually get a good support and a good backing from people around us.
The draw was then conducted where Midrabeg United will play VTM from Botswana in the first game at 9:30 in the morning, while in the second game, Mbabane Swallows will play TUT, with the winners of both games playing in the finals. Other games will be held this Saturday in Witbank. In other news, the Momo Cup voting process continues with now votes ranging close to 20 million. The big three teams, being Mbabane Swallows, Mbabane Highlanders and Manzini Wanderers, have all reached above 2 million votes. Pickspeak Black Swallows still lead them, with the closing date being on the 18th of September this year. For Eswatini TV Sports, Fabiso Msunera, Mbabane.
The Sports was proudly brought to you by eBet. Don't hesitate. Visit us today at ebet.co.sz. eBet, born to win.
Well, with those sports news, we've hit the home stretch of the news bulletin at 8 at Eswatini TV. But before we go, here's a quick reminder of our top stories tonight. His Royal Highness Prince Banzile says it is important to preserve and promote Siswati language and the Siswati culture. Minister for Agriculture Jabulani Mabuza has officially launched the 2023-2024 Payments Input Subsidy and Tractor Hire Services. And the Eswatini Television Authority has signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the Eswatini Investment Promotion Authority. Beautiful Kingdom of Eswatini, that's all we had for you from the news desk. We shall now cross over to the Weather Center for a detailed weather report from us and the rest of the team here at Eswatini TV. For now, it's good night and God bless.
At Hi-Fi Corp, we know it's a big deal when you shop the Orion 55-inch UHD Smart TV for a low $6,499. Save a massive $2,000. Or this Hisense 2.1 channel soundbar for $2,799. Save $500. Or this Gold Air fryer for $1,899. Save $300. Prices valid until 6 August 2023. T's and C's apply. Hi-Fi Corp, your #1 deal destination.